Hi there. So, before I go for the afternoon, I want to talk about women. It's a big topic, and I've been brainstorming this topic so many times. In the document I'm trying to prepare, my script, I'm really trying my best to get the full details as to explain why women are struggling so much. And when I say women, I mean the more active women, not older, like about 50 years onwards, but those that are now getting up in life. So, where does it all begin? Well, a woman is a mature female human. When the female human is younger, she's known as a girl. When she's mature, she's known as a woman. And women and men play the same role. And when you can understand your role very nicely and function according to your role, then humanity is uplifted. You become peaceful and you become happy. So, where have it all gone wrong? Well, for us to understand this, we must ask ourselves, what is the nature of a woman, or what is her nature that we need to consider in order for her to function well or to perform well? What I mean is, like, you have a car. You cannot take the car and drive it in the fields, in the rice fields, right? The car is meant for the public road. So we must consider the psychology and physiological nature of a woman. Well, she has feminine nature, she's emotional, and ultimately she has all of the facilities or the features to bring a child into this world. Yes, the whole aim of Mother Nature is to ensure that life flourishes, and not only flourishes, but it flourishes in a very wonderful and an enjoyable way. So for women to be functional and peaceful, she needs to fulfill her role that she was meant for. Of course, we'll talk about other concepts later on, but this particular one I'll just continue with. So she is at some point mother. She has to become mother at some point. This is the direction of the psychological and of her psychological and physiological nature. This is the aim of it, to beget a child into this world, so she can do her job, whatever she has to do in order to survive, to get an income, for her to survive and to her family to survive. But for her to be peaceful, she must have the situation where she can beget a child, and in this way all her nature, her psychological and physiological makeup will be gratified. So similarly, just like men, their psychology and physiological nature must be gratified. Men will play cricket, football, and they work hard. That's their nature, right? They have a bigger brain, and the bigger brain means to take on the stress of life, to take on the burden of life. And the women now can play the role that is lesser demanding. Now the problem is, because of how demanding the world is, women find themselves in roles. Of course, it is important that they give it a try, but it is too overwhelming for their body, and as a result, their natural processes is disturbed. For example, monthly cycle, right? That is severely disturbed, and as a result, many years can pass and she will not be able to get a child. So that is what is going on, and it's important for men to work along very nicely and to ensure the key elements that will help women to be women, help them to achieve the best for themselves and to be peaceful and happy. There are two things that must be there. First of all, the drive. The drive comes from the identity that we have. And the best identity that will help a woman or help society in the first place to become more simplified, less demanding, is the identity of what we value. And we must value the feelings and freedom of all life. Embark on a plant-based diet and fulfill the key survival element of food. Yes, by having the right diet, it have an impact on our psychology so that the society becomes very simple. So the society have lesser demand and the women can function very nicely. So this is the problem. And when she can function very nicely, she's very peaceful. And she fulfilled the role, the fundamental role that she is naturally designed to do. That of course goes for men as well. So this is the world that we're living in. Not everybody have to work hard mentally and physically. Roles have been designated by Mother Nature. A woman has feminine nature. She is bodily weak but emotionally strong. Yes, emotionally strong. A man is physically strong but emotionally weak. Emotion there is very important because for the woman, because she'll be able to focus on the sensitive things in life. And so that's why I say emotions is her strength. Okay? So I'm just making these points. This is an informal presentation. There might be things that I'm missing, right? But this is important. From the perspective of a man, women has to be given the topmost attention. Because of them being physically weak, they're easily exploited, especially behind a society that just want to capitalize and work you out and make you dependent. A society that does not make you self-sufficient, that does not make you simple, so you can fulfill the roles that Mother Nature wants you to fulfill. The man has to ensure that this happens. She can be who she has to be in a simplified society. And once again, you can never forget, unless we realize what we stand for, we are human beings. And what is that we should value? The feelings and freedom of all life. And that will give us the inspiration that to cooperate, to think ahead, understand what is the foundation of a peaceful society. And peace comes from satisfying the main survival element, and that is food. What is the content, compassionate, gratifying food? From all of the major university researches, from doctors, governments, sports personalities, it is a plant-based diet. A plant-based diet grown with using natural processes will cause the psychology and cause the family to be peaceful and happy, because that's a key component in survival. So, once society is simple, our women rather, they can easily and peacefully engage in work, and they would not find themselves burdened out or worked out so much, right? Men, of course, we can work so hard. We have the brains to work hard, and we should give support to our women folks, keep them protected, right? A woman is protected by her father, then by the husband, and then by the eldest child. Always give her protection, and focus, as men, focus on the way to simplify our culture so that she can be who she should be. Pride comes before the fall, my dear men, and let's assist our women and encourage them too to work along with us. They are our prime focus, and The peace and happiness of a society is determined by how peaceful and happy our women are. This is because, and they are very sensitive to the things that are needed. So if they are happy, then society becomes happy. Thank you very much.